Robert, Oliver, let's talk.
Let's talk.
Let's talk.
Okay. Uh, for our viewers who don't know, this is Oliver. He's a sixth former. Um, I don't know. What else can I say? What else can I say? Introduce yourself, Oliver.
Um,
You
Hi,
say.
I'm Oliver. I'm a sixth former. I'm 6'4". Um, that's kind of all of my qualities, really. I'm tall and I'm a sixth former.
So
Yeah.
you're a six
Wait.
four, six
Remind
former.
us.
I'm a 6'4", sixth former.
Nice.
Oh, nice, nice. Oliver, remind us what A levels do you
I
take?
take English literature, history, and maths.
Oh,
Oh, I should
that's
have.
a nice
Oh, you should
combination
have
of
let me
subjects.
guess that. I think I can remember from when you told me. That's annoying. I would have got that right.
Now the viewers know. Now the viewers
Now
know.
everyone
That's all that.
knows.
Oh, but the
Um.
but the real question is, which one of them did I study because I couldn't take A-level drama?
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh,
that.
English literature?
no, it was maths. Sam's
Oh.
right. But that's definitely because I've told Sam like 10 times.
Oh, he cheated. He's a cheat. He's a rascal.
Probably.
Yeah.
He is a rascal.
Yeah.
I am a Ross.
I'm gonna move this mic. It's annoying. I couldn't really see. It was like obscuring half my screen.
I mean, you
Well,
can tell I'm not an experienced talker because I don't have a proper microphone. I have Bluetooth headphones and my phone leaning against my laptop because my laptop hates the Wi-Fi in my house, and I didn't want to have an experience like we had on the call when we were playing Minecraft, and there would just be like 3 minute long periods where we couldn't hear each other.
Yeah, that
yeah.
was kind of bad. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna upload that one. Because I couldn't hear half of what you were saying. Um,
Oh, I didn't even know that that was being recorded, to be honest.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Actually, I don't think you were. Why? Oh yeah, you were kind of, but I mean, it wasn't really. It was because you joined while I was recording with Levi, so I forgot to let you know. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I just joined. Oh, give me 1 second.
well. Robert, I'm just going to speak to you while Oliver's a little bit busy.
Yes.
How's your week been? How's your week been,
My
Robert?
week has been all right. Hi Oliver.
Hi, I'm back. My
Um,
father wanted to grab the ladder out of my room
why do you have a ladder in your room? Is there a reason?
because we have nowhere else for the ladder.
Oh, okay, fair.
I mean, the ladder's on like 10 floor tiles that are just stacked up in my room.
Right. You should add
Wow.
like a secret like, loft thing. You can and you got to climb up the ladder and like get in your
I
room.
mean, that would be great, but I could probably just go outside and use the actual loft hatch that you need the ladder to get to.
But that has so much less style. You could do that. You could do
That's,
that. But then
that's true.
you'll
That's
never be Batman. So
true.
there's that.
Mm.
Ooh. Oh,
I mean,
that leads on really nicely to my story, actually, guys.
Yep, yep. I
This.
oh,
planned it
Sorry,
like that.
I,
I knew it would definitely. Yeah.
I have to. Yeah, I have to interrupt you there because, right, I had the most unusual experience the other day.
oh
Um,
wow.
and it's because, right, I got locked out of my house, right,
Wait,
because my
Mike.
parents forgot to bring the house key with us.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Such silly guys, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Mm.
so we get home, right, and we realize we haven't got the house keys. And so like round the side of my house, there's the gate to get into the back garden, right? Um, and there are bins right by the fence. So my dad, the absolute sigma he is, right? He jumps over the fence, right? Um, and basically we make a plan to get in through the bathroom window, which is totally locked for any burglars listening in, for
Is
any
your
criminals listening.
is your
But
bathroom on the second floor or the bottom floor?
sorry,
Is your bathroom on the second floor or the bottom floor?
second floor,
Is it up?
second floor,
Right. How?
second floor.
That's gonna be difficult. We're gonna need to scale the wall.
So my dad gets the ladder, right? Pass it.
Oh,
We pass it
Ooh.
over the fence. We maneuver it over the fence, right? Get it against the wall. Um, and just like FYI, the bathroom window. I'm not talking like one of those like tall big ones. I'm talking like hmm, probably like maybe like this tall maybe, and like this. It's wide enough. It's wide enough. It's wide enough. But it's about like this tall,
Oh
right?
dear. I think I'm
mhm.
Um,
starting to see how this is gonna go.
Yeah.
yeah. So you have to climb up this ladder, right? And get in the window like fully like on the second floor. So it's like quite terrifying. Um,
And you were the only one
so
small enough to get in. I'm guessing.
why would you ruin the ending of the story,
Oh,
Robert?
oh no! I didn't know that was gonna be the end. I thought that was just obvious.
Edit that out. Edit that out.
I'll edit that out. I'll
Robert,
edit that out.
Robert, this is why I need to give you a degree in Talkology. This is why I
Yep,
need to
yep.
teach you. I need to lecture you. Anyways, I'm gonna go get back to the story. So my sister tries, right? But she can't get in, which is like fair enough. Um, so I go, and me having like a lifelong fear of ladders, right? Because they're terrifying. Let's be honest. They're
They
shaky.
are.
They're
They are
Actually, they probably
terrifying.
are to climb. Yeah.
so I climb the ladder. I get to the top, right, and I get the front end. Um, and then that's the part where I realize it's going to be very very difficult because I get my first leg over and it's in such a weird position because there's nowhere to put my right leg, right?
Mm.
So just picture this in your head, right? I'm in this bathroom window, right? Absolutely sort of cramped, sort of positioned above the bathtub, right? Um, and it's so painful. It's so painful because of my crotch, because um so I maneuver myself through and I fell in the bathtub because yeah. But but the good thing I took away from that was I was the hero because I managed to let the rest of my family in and it was all right. It was all good at the end of the day. Uh, a regular sort of Talkology win, I guess.
True. Common Sam
Yeah,
W.
yeah. So
Common Sam L.
I was the Batman of that story.
You were
Um, when the city needed me,
Batmirth.
uh, defeated the window.
Bat Sam. Yep.
So thanks for listening to my story, guys.
That
Wow,
was
that was such a great story.
that was a great story. If
I'm
I ever
glad you
have
think.
kids, I'm gonna like read that to them as their like bedtime story. And
Yeah,
then Sam
just
saved the
every night.
day.
No, actually, if you ever have kids, you need to play the Talkology podcast to them as they
Free
That's true.
subscribers.
yeah, free subscribers. Wait, Robert, that would be the best way to get free subscribers.
Money
Just
making
have children.
scheme. Yeah, it would be much
Life hack,
easier to
life
just
hack.
make new Google
Oh my,
accounts, but sure.
no, no, no.
No, I would.
Because then you're cheating
I
it.
would.
When
Yeah, I
when
know.
it's your
True.
child, actual person has subscribed to the channel, and then
Yeah,
when they have children, it's like it's exponential. You just get more and more subscribers.
So when I'm 80, Talkology might have, based on that, like 12 more subscribers.
Yeah,
Based on the
gains are
maths.
gains, bro. Gains are gains.
True, gains are
All
gains.
you're doing is ensuring that we get those 12 subscribers.
True.
yeah, absolutely,
If you have
absolutely.
12 kids,
Every
get them all to subscribe.
Yeah, if anyone that's watching or listening has kids, Get them to subscribe to the Talkology podcast.
I don't need to read that story to my kids because I can just read it to William. He's small enough, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Why
sure.
not?
William
Why not?
Small.
Yeah,
Oliver, if you don't know, William is Robert's brother.
yeah.
Ah,
Just for a
there we
little
go.
bit of context there for anyone who doesn't know.
Thank you, thank you.
Speaking of
Hmm. But,
siblings, why if your sister is smaller than you, which she is, I've met her. Why didn't you just get her to climb the ladder? Because she would have fitted
oh,
in.
no, because she couldn't get through. Because she couldn't get through.
How?
She wasn't tall enough.
She wasn't tall enough to fit through the window. What do you mean?
No, because like the window's like at the very top, right? And the ladder doesn't fully reach the window, so you
Oh,
Mm.
have to height to get your leg over,
oh I kind of get it. Yeah, okay.
or you have to be flexible enough, which I am.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
stretch Sam Strong right here.
I think in that scenario I would be the person holding the ladder.
Yeah.
There's not a chance that I am flexible nor small enough to get through that ladder, to get through that window.
I'd probably try and be the person holding the ladder, but I think eventually I'd just be like poked up there.
Mm.
Hmm. Yeah. Um. So we were talking about subscribers earlier,
Yeah,
but what I've been wanting to say is Talkology is on the rise, man.
that's
Talkology is
true.
doing very well.
Didn't
Okay,
we
so
get a load of
recently
more
we've started.
views recently?
Sorry,
Didn't we get a load of more views recently? Wait, I'm gonna
a
check
lot
how
more.
many.
We've more than doubled, Robert.
We've done. I think we've done more than that. I think it's mainly because shorts get loads and loads of views because you can't not click on them if you're like
Yeah.
scrolling.
Well, recently we've employed the help of our friend Socrates, who's also going to guest on this podcast, to help us create some compilations of funny moments, and we'll have other types of shorts as well, but mainly funny moments. And they've been getting like hundreds of views per short
Yeah.
consistently, which is great. Um, but we've gone from getting about 800 views per month to something like 1,700.
Yeah. Oh, that
Oh,
was actually
no.
right. I thought you'd get it lower because you hadn't seen it recently, but no, that is what it says here. 1.7.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he'll have the statistics up right now.
I don't actually. I just check them a lot because I'm incredibly
He
vain.
cares so much about the Psychology channel.
Mm. Always on the Talkology grind.
True.
Absolutely.
Actually,
Yeah.
Sam, there is something that you do with Talkology that I don't do but probably should, which is I'm pretty sure every time we publish a video, you like watch the video again. And before I've assumed that's to check its Talkology standard and because it's a good video. But from
Yeah.
what you've just said,
Always
it
is.
sounds like you're
Just
just
pick the
watching
wrong
it
thing.
to like to just watch yourself in a video or something. Where are you going? Bye, Sam. Okay, Sam is gone.
My stretches,
Oliver,
guys, because I'm stretchy and strong.
why are you doing your stretches now?
Why
Oh,
not?
oh, this is. Is
You
it
never
because
know when you need to be on the stretch, Robert.
true?
You never know when you're gonna get locked out of your
You
house.
never know when you need to be known for bending.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so we're going to introduce a new segment on the Talkology podcast, right? Where I, Sam Talkology, not John Talkology, Owen, where I, Sam Talkology, am going to give you guys a very short lecture and lesson on the art of Talkology. And for those of you who have no idea what Talkology could possibly be about, it's basically public speaking or rhetoric or whatever you want, confidence, basically.
So you're the rhetor
Um,
from Latin.
I'm the rhetor.
Yeah.
But I think the first thing that I need to explain in the first ever Talkology lecture, right, is going to be very short. I'm just going to explain why you want to have Talkology among all of your skills and expertise. Okay. And this was not written by ChatGPT. Talkology helps students become more effective communicators in every aspect of their lives, whether they're trying to convince a room full of people, writing an impactful essay, or even engaging in day-to-day conversations. It not only teaches how to persuade, but also how to think critically about the persuasive messages they encounter in the media and from others. It also acts as a defense from the silence. So, I think we should begin the Would You Rather segment. Wouldn't you guys agree?
I think that we should begin the would you rather segment. I do agree. Talkology, Sam.
Yeah, that is your new
Thanks
last
for
name.
that. Thanks for that, Oliver.
I
Um,
mean, you asked if I agreed. I formalized it using my Talkology skills.
Ooh,
oh, learning. He's
ooh.
learning. Guys, you should all learn from Oliver and subscribe to the Talkology podcast for more lessons to become just like him. Because everyone wants to be
Absolutely.
like Oliver from sixth form.
And remember, if you take your Talkology lessons, you will become 6'4".
Ooh.
I
Talkology.
did it like I was 5'11". I listened to the Talkology podcast. I was growing an inch per episode.
Mm. It is true that Oliver is our only Spotify listener. So yeah.
Oh, what? Oh, is that
I,
true?
I'm
Do we
I'm
only
all-
have one?
I mean, we don't have any other established Spotify listeners. I'm the only one that actively complains that the podcast isn't Spotify friendly enough. But I like especially with the edits in videos as well.
Wait, hang on one
Like there'll
second.
just be a 30-second period of silence.
Wait, one
Oh,
second.
Yeah.
and then
It's all right. We can cut this out. We can cut this out. It's fine.
chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes law drops deep. That's the thing.
Yeah, the law drops are great.
You.
Um, I did go a bit more philosophical with the would you rather's this time. I've got about five of them. Uh,
Okay.
Once again, they're created by ChatGPT. But it's
Ow!
always good. It's
I'm back.
oh,
I managed to hit my
hi,
face with
Robert.
my headset. That hurt.
Yeah, we saw.
I am back though.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Robert, I'm going to ask the first would you rather. Um, and here it is. Here it is. Would you rather be morally perfect but constantly misunderstood, or morally flawed but adored by everyone? Think about that. Think about that. I need to come up with a sound for while you guys are thinking. Like a countdown clock.
What do you actually mean by
um,
morally perfect? Like you're just Jesus and you make every good decision, or like what do you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
what if no one listened to Jesus? Um, I think I'd have to go with morally perfect, but no one listens to you. Because if you're not morally sound and everyone adores you and believes you, it's going to be a whole lot worse because they're going to be believing in your poor morals. It
Yeah,
it's this. I think it's just a lot more beneficial to have like at least one person yourself having those good morals as opposed to everyone believing bad morals because they adore you, a person with bad morals.
That's
When you
true.
said
That's true.
flawed
Well
morals,
done.
how flawed are the morals?
Um, like, like
We should be
quite
careful
like
with how you word.
bad, like crimes,
Crimes.
bad
Oh,
stuff,
okay.
bad stuff.
I thought when you
Innocent.
meant morally flawed, like they just didn't they weren't as good. Not that they were like a murderer or anything. Like they were a criminal. Okay, not necessarily murderer. That was random, but like a criminal. I didn't. I didn't assume.
Robert,
I'm not a murderer, Sam. I would
I'm a
never.
murderer. I murder the lyrics when I spit bars.
Oh.
Oh,
Apology rap battle episode.
that would be class. To be fair,
I am actually wondering about that episode quite a lot. Like, when is that, and how is it gonna work?
Soon, soon.
Okay,
That's
thanks.
all. I'll say
Yep.
soon.
Okay, so back to the question at hand. It
Yeah.
seems like you're deciding between being a good alone person or being a bad person and making a mob of bad people, which seems like it just there's just one right answer there, isn't there? There's
Well,
it's the
personally,
first one, isn't it?
oh man,
Sam, it's the first one, isn't it? Oh no.
I'd rather be loved, right? But you guys don't have to be loved. That's fine.
I
I
think
don't.
we can see the inner cruel lawyer in Sam speaking here. All he does, he wants to have bad morals and loved by everybody. That's just so lawyer-like.
That's how my life is at the moment. So yeah,
It's like the question is asking me to choose between being like Jesus or Stalin. It's such a weird
Yeah,
question.
you
And
know.
you just picked Stalin. Like, what's going on?
see, personally, if I have to be Stalin, but I'm loved, or a perfect person but unloved,
You do know Stalin killed the most people in history, right?
I did not know that. That's
That is a
that's
true
that's
statistic. I don't know
fact.
how many. I think it
One
was like
second. One
17
second.
million.
One second.
Have
Hello,
returned.
you're back.
Oh, Sam's gone.
Yep, I think he's googling how bad Stalin
Uh,
was to decide whether he's going to be Jesus or Stalin.
Stalin wasn't that good
Sorry,
No.
lads.
compared to
Sorry, lads.
Jesus.
I got a knock on the door. I got a knock on the door. Sorry, lads. Um, personally, I would rather be. I'm not gonna say that because I'm not sure how controversial that would be, considering everyone knows that it's a joke. So I'm not sure how much I can say. But you all know. You all know. Um, only true talkers know. Those who know.
No, what? All right.
Okay. Okay. Question number two. Would you rather always tell the truth and hurt people's feelings, or lie to protect people's feelings and live with the guilt of deception?
I mean, the second one just sounds like living like a normal human being, but all right.
Yeah, I'd say the second one. If I don't think there's that much point in actively hurting people's feelings by always telling the truth. I mean, it depends what extent you're lying and telling the truth.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, you'd never be able to tell the truth if it hurt someone's feelings.
Hmm.
I would. I think I would have to choose the first one on that. I'm gonna be real. Out of the two. Wait, Sam, do you remember when I wrote that thing on the WhatsApp? I think Owen called it the Bible too. Do you remember that?
Oh,
Yeah, that was just me picking the one day when I woke up and picked one. I think that would definitely be a problem. So I might have to go for two. But
Robert,
No,
I
I
think you
don't
should
actually
say
know.
it. You should say it. You should say it. I think so. I think you'd be fine if you said it.
Said what?
What you said on the WhatsApp group. Do you remember it?
You mean the entire paragraph? No.
No, not the entire paragraph. Just the thing about the high IQ priest.
Oh, that! Oh, that was after the paragraph. That was a quote I heard somewhere else. I didn't come up with that.
My
Um,
mistake. Do you remember the quote?
I remember the quote,
It
yeah.
spit it right now.
Well, the quote was a high IQ priest laughs at a kid for believing in Father Christmas, even though they're both like equally delusional, aren't they? Because one of them's they're both just believing in things because someone told them. Pretty much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Marsden, the one and only. Did you catch that, Oliver? Did you catch that?
Uh, no, not really. I
Oh,
My brother was screaming, and thus I couldn't hear.
okay.
No problem. I'll recite the quote to you. So
Okay.
the high IQ priest laughs at the young boy for believing in Father Christmas, but they are both equally delusional, for they both believe in something they have been told.
Yeah. That's a very interesting quote,
Yeah, and
I'd say.
I think that might be the reason I'd have to choose one, because if you chose two, right, it would just be really cruel telling people things that just aren't true at all. Like
Yeah, that's
they could end up basing their entire life around it, like a priest, with
wait,
you knowing that it's just completely wrong. Yeah,
Robert.
I mean,
What if a kid comes up to you and asks if Santa Claus is real?
well, I'll just pick two, can't I?
How
Okay,
quickly you
so
switched up. How quick you
the logic
switched up.
that we're hearing here is I'm gonna either be truthful if it hurts someone or lie um if it's if the truth would hurt them, depending on the situation.
No, that's
That's
It's a
just
what
would you
normal
rather.
beings do,
You've got to
Robert.
pick
That's
one
what
or
normal
two.
humans do.
yeah. No, I know. I mean, I. No, I'm saying what I'm saying is I would pick one for if I had to pick between one of them. What I said when I said I'd pick two, that all I meant was in that situation I would just, you know,
Hmm.
like
Just not.
if I didn't have to choose between the two, and that's it. No, if I didn't have to choose like for all of my life which one I would do, if I was
Yeah.
just living my normal life, I would, in that situation, I would pick two.
Well, we know you would in a normal situation, Robert.
Right.
Uh,
Oh, so you were
I'm
asking
just,
about thing. Well then, no.
I'm just saying,
I just tell them
if you
you fooled
think
me.
about the choice, I'm just saying, if you think about the choice, right, and consider that if you choose number one, you're gonna have to tell kids that Santa is not real
I could
and
just
the
not
tooth fairy.
respond.
See, now that's a different argument, and that's about whether not responding deliberately counts as lying, or
But I
like
mean,
whether equivocating is
also,
lying.
Robert, what if like some 5-year-old kid asks you where the babies come from? That's gonna be
Oh,
awkward, bro.
I
that's a
I could
shout.
do
That's a
what
shout.
Macbeth does. I could equivocate a bit, say something that's technically true. Um, like,
Babies
oh
come from their parents.
yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Lads, let's move on before this turns into the
Yeah.
talk on bedroom advice episode.
I think that would be a bad idea. Talkology life
Yeah.
skills.
I would genuinely do that episode. Anyway,
I
would
would
you rather
not.
would you rather live in a utopia where no one has to work, but no one has the freedom to create or pursue new ideas, or a
I option
dystopia
two.
where creativity thrives, but the struggle for survival is constant?
Option two.
Option one. A
Oh,
utopia is a utopia, bro. a utopia means it is a perfect society.
True.
There's few drawbacks. Whilst I totally see the argument that no creativity and if there's no new ideas but that can be created. However, if it's a utopia, maybe that means that every idea that's ever existed has already happened. So it's
Oh,
just a complete society, and
the loop
you just don't ever need to live. You just don't ever need to work, and you can live a
Well,
whole and full life.
well,
based. Right.
for a start, because they're both flawed, they're both kind of dystopias. But I'd
Yeah,
say if every idea had already been come up with anyway, then that would just suck. No, that would be a bit rubbish, wouldn't it?
Wait, you're
mm,
Like
based for that, but that's actually true.
you wouldn't even really be living in option one. You'd just kind of be there.
yeah.
I'd argue.
Personally,
I,
That's why I pick
I'm
option
sorry.
two for that one.
I
But
think I think I would choose number two. I think I would live in a dystopia, just because so much of my life hinges around like music that I listen to. Um, Music is such a big thing. You know, obviously drama's a big thing.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
love
so ironic.
writing.
It's so ironic that
Li-
I'm saying, oh yeah, I'd happily live in a in a society without creativity when I want to be an actor.
Yeah,
However, I think that I think never need to work a day in my life just sounds pretty cool, to be honest.
true, true. Um, yeah, I think I can see why you'd go with one, but I think I'd have to go with
Yeah,
the creativity thriving one.
yeah.
yeah,
Um,
But
normally I'm not
I
really
can see
sure,
why
but
someone would go with one or two in that.
yeah,
well,
normally I'm not really sure, but on that one I would just definitely go to.
okay, fair
Um,
enough.
what was I gonna say? I don't know what I was gonna say.
It's all right. We'll
Oh,
move on to the next question.
all right.
So,
Oh, yeah, I
here
remember.
we go.
Wait, Oliver. Uh, was the
Yes.
t- was the Talkology podcast on your Spotify Wrapped?
The Talkology podcast wasn't on my Spotify Wrapped,
Y-
which I found extremely annoying because I know full well I'm the number one viewer.
Yeah,
However, I think Wrapped's just for music rather than podcasts and
Yeah,
stuff. I
but
think I think it does take podcasts into consideration for minutes listened, but in terms of artists and stuff, no, because my top five artists, I've definitely listened to more Talkology than I have some of the artists that I was listening to
well, how
that
you
were on my
there is like a separate one where you can see podcasts. Like if you open it and go on the
yeah
Wrapped section, then that you know how there's all those playlists at the top. One of them has the top
yeah.
podcasts on them. So
Hmm.
oh, I didn't know that.
so I was just
I'll have
wondering
I
to
if
have a
mean,
look.
I
I might have Talkology on there. I probably will.
nice. I mean, I probably
hmm.
won't because I use YouTube mostly. Um, I use some Spotify for music sometimes, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll do question number four. This might be our last question.
Aren't
Not
we on
sure.
three?
We're on four. Trust, we're on four because
Okay,
I've
cool.
We're on four. We're on four.
written out Robert.
Okay,
Um,
I believe
so
you.
trust the guy with the maths A level. Given the option, would you want to know exactly when you're gonna die? You can't prevent it.
No, you
Okay.
that all that's gonna do is make you live in constant fear of that one moment. You know it's coming. The whole beauty of life is you don't know when it's gonna end. It could end right now. I could have a heart attack whilst we're filming this podcast. I mean, we'd go so viral, but
Yeah.
like,
I
but
don't
because I
think we would
imagine,
go viral for that. I
I
think that's the worst thing to
mean,
go.
like,
Oliver,
yeah,
Oliver, if you have a heart attack during this recording session, do I have permission to upload the episode?
Absolutely, bro. Anything for the Talkology podcast.
Love
Anything that's
that.
gonna get
We
pod
won't be
more views.
cancelled. Cancelled.
This guy's heart and soul is literally in the Talkology podcast right now.
Robert, 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 give Oliver a heart attack.
That should be on its way. So while we're
That's do it. Oh dear,
so
Oliver, you're cursed now, I think.
so
Yeah.
with the would you rather, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I'd go with yeah, I would find out. I'd go with yeah, I would want to
Really.
know.
So, so what if you choose yes and then you get like a 30-second countdown at the top of your field of vision?
Well, I would be very unlucky, but if I didn't have that and died in 30 seconds, then I would have had a lot more bland 30 seconds, wouldn't I? Like,
True.
I'd have probably. What I. Part of my argument, right, is if you know the day you're going to die, that means you can't die until that point, right?
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
That's
So,
that's totally funny.
Plot armor.
you could just live the craziest life, right, until that point.
You could, however, there's also a risk that if you do something absolutely stupid, you can be put into a coma and then you don't die
Oh,
until so many years down the line.
Oh, I didn't
I
consider
didn't think
that.
of
Yeah,
but but if you don't do anything stupid, then it's still beneficial to know anyway.
That's true.
Because like for reasons that I'm not sure I can word. Um, wait, hang on.
Okay, well,
I
let
would
me
think
let
of
me
a
give my
reason, but I'm tired.
let me give my opinion while Robert thinks to himself. Um, so personally, I think that I'd want to know, right? Because even though you can't sort of change it, and you would probably spend most of your life worried of that thing that's going to kill you. Um, Also, like one thing that you find with people who are like terminally ill is they have so much appreciation for the life they have left, and I think you'd get a lot of that from it, and you potentially like live a lot, not necessarily like happier, but like a more appreciated life, knowing when it's gonna end.
Yeah, you'd use your time better, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, imagine if you
so
were
okay.
trying to get something done for your entire life and then you died before it happened, right? Like, if you knew when you were gonna die, you'd be planning for that point as well, wouldn't you? So
Yeah,
you wouldn't die like working or anything, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why
Wow.
why is there always like a split divide between me and Sam and Oliver? Is like
Yeah.
is that always a thing? Or there might have
Well,
been a few
I
where
just
that
like
wasn't.
to argue. I just like to argue devil's advocate. It makes for better content.
Fair, fair. I
Talkology live stream. Today we're skydiving off the Burj Khalifa with no parachute.
ooh,
Oh, W content, W content.
and then in like
W.
brackets, painful question mark, shock emoji.
Gone wrong.
Will
Police
I
call.
die?
Yes.
Gone sexual. Gone wrong at
Oh,
3 a.m.
that
Skydiving off
reminds me.
Burj Khalifa,
Me.
sexual style, no
Calling,
parachute.
calling Robert Marsden at 3 a.m. Gone wrong.
Robert said, "What?"
Oh, that was good. That was good, Robert. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Robert said what? By the way, people, yeah. Oh, people love the clickbait titles on the videos. I don't know why. I don't know why. They just do. They eat it up. And people, I've been asked several times. They're like, "Why do you keep calling him Robert said what?" And I say because you guys just love it. And you know what? We got to give the Talkology viewers what they want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what kind of clickbait title are we going to have for this episode?
Oliver said what?
Oliver said what? Um.
Hmm.
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 Maybe.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh, by the
Hmm.
way, did you run out of Would You Rathers?
No, I have one more. I have one more. That
One more.
I was going to link in really nicely, and then Oliver started talking, and I was like, okay. No,
Oh,
he's got
please,
better.
please go.
Okay, so speaking of making sure that we give the Talkology viewers what they want, would you rather have all your desires fulfilled, but in doing so lose your capacity for appreciation, or have desires that are never truly fulfilled, but appreciate life more deeply because of it?
I don't
I nice, nice.
What an answer!
Well, if you had no
What an
appreciation for the desires, then what would be the point of them?
At
What
the
would be the point?
countdown timer, 30-second countdown timer. It's for, I don't know. That's going to be great. I'd say option two on this one. There's no point in having all of your desires fulfilled if you can't appreciate it.
Yeah.
There's
I
yeah.
this reminds me.
It would
It's
have to
like
be option two. I agree. Yeah.
a lot of celebrities, sort of mostly actors and like music related performers, musicians. Sorry, um, sort of get to the top and then are like really depressed and sort of feel like a real lack of value and appreciation, and it's very sad. But I think that's why you'd have to choose the second option for this last one.
Oh, like who was? What was his name? The recent one. Like Jack Payne was it? Or was that completely
Liam
wrong?
Payne.
What? Sorry. Oh, Liam Payne. That's it. Yeah.
Mhm. That was a very unfortunate situation,
Yeah, I
but
agree.
we're not going to linger on that because we don't want to be too depressing here on the Talkology
Yeah.
podcast.
So to distract you
Our-
quickly,
our
I've just
sincerest-
noticed that something in my room looks completely different on camera for some reason. Can you guess what that white object is? Right
Looks
there.
like a swan statue.
It's not a swan.
Huh.
Oh dear. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea what that is. Like
Okay.
I can't even guess, to be honest. What is it, Robert?
It's I
Reveal
think
for
it's
us.
just some books next to a um astronaut thingy. I think the astronaut's like a projector, but I haven't really used it that often. But yeah, that's
That's
all
a
it
bit
is.
anticlimactic.
Yeah, it is a
That
bit.
was a bit anticlimactic. I needed to change the subject because I knew my talkology duties right there.
Oh.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Also, do you know the
Move on.
pens with the spirit meters on them? Have you seen sorry spirit levels? Have you seen these before, by any
No,
chance? Really?
No.
no.
I've seen them loads of
What?
places. But what I was gonna say is don't get them because I don't know how I could possibly have not noticed this. But the where
Okay.
all the spirit meter and all that stuff is. By the way, behind the spirit meter, there's like a screwdriver thing, so it's really compact. But that also means that the ink is only going to be up to here because that's where the
Right.
spirit level is. So it ran out of ink so quickly, and it doesn't work as a pen anymore. So yeah,
Um,
don't get
can
one
you
of
not re
those. What? Sorry?
can you not refill it?
No, I
Oh,
don't think so.
okay.
That's not
Okay.
good.
That is not
Yeah.
good.
Well,
Speaking
I'm gonna.
speaking of
I should.
stationery,
Mm.
something
what?
that is very. very useful to me has been
Okay.
university open days because they give you so much free stationery. Like half of what I use is just university stuff.
Nice.
I have like 3 or 4 pens, about about 6 pencils. It's great.
That does sound pretty great. I'm gonna get like I'm gonna try go do that for every university there is. And just get loads, and sell them.
Yeah, just set for life.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use universities to make Talkology universal.
Oh,
Ooh,
what
Oh,
a yeah,
oh,
ooh.
he's like what's his name? He's like Trotsky spreading Talkology internationally.
Yeah.
oh
I'm
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Robsky right here. Yeah.
Talkology Robsky, Talkology
Yeah.
Robsky. We love it.
Talkology Robsky, T Robsky, Trobsky.
Yep. Trobsky. I'm starting to sound a bit like
Oh, that's
Crosby
cold.
now.
That's cold. This is why you do English. This is why you do English,
Well, I
Oliver.
do English
Yeah.
and history.
And history.
Oh, that is like the ultimate duo for like Russian Revolution stuff. Like we've been studying Animal Farm and the Russian Revolution at the same time, and there's so much
Uh,
crossover. We can just we're I would say we're cooking at both the exams, but I think I got like a 6 in English and a 4 in history, so we're not. So I'm
Ooh.
not, but I
a
should
a
be.
6 in English isn't that deep. I got a
Yeah,
7 in my real thing,
I know
and
6 in English
I'm
isn't
studying
bad.
and I'm studying A level, and I'm predicted an A star at A level. So
Yeah,
But, but
6 in English isn't bad. 4 in history, I would say,
for
not great, not
foreign
great.
histories, yeah.
A bit. A,
To be fair, history is a very hard exam.
yeah, history
yeah.
makes my head hurt. I don't want to be there anymore. Can I drop history?
No.
Oh, okay then.
No.
Anyway, sort of on the subject of school, the final sort of note I have for today's episode is sixth form advice, Oliver. Do you have
Yeah,
any
yeah.
great
So
sixth form?
we discussed this. You told me this was going to be coming up, and I had a little think about what I'd like to say. So first of all, with what you choose to do, you've got to like the subjects. There's no point doing a subject that you don't like because you will do awfully. I
I agree.
that's the first thing. If you don't like a subject, don't do it. Don't let anyone pressure you into doing certain subjects. You do the subjects that you think you're going to be good at, because at
Yeah,
the end of the day, you get the best grades and you have the best time. That's the most worth it thing. A second thing that I definitely recommend is I was talking about university open days earlier, but you've got to be going to them in both year 12 and 13,
right.
especially if you're medicine or Oxbridge, you have to be going in year 12 because you have to submit your university applications earlier than anyone else because they all think because those courses and those universities all think that they're special. And it's but even for a normal student, you don't want to be rushing through university visits when you're in year 13. I know
Yeah,
because I left all my university visits till year 13. And so I've gone to them all now. I'm ready to apply for my universities, but do them in year 12. That's the main bit of advice I'd say.
That's
And
some
then
good
also,
advice.
and then also for sixth form with you guys in year 11, have a
yeah,
backup. You never know what's going to happen.
Oh no.
yeah. God.
And super top tip, have a backup to your backup
Yeah,
I don't have
because
a single backup,
I
so maybe I should.
because
Maybe we should have done this
I
episode
had
earlier.
I had a main school that I wanted to apply to.
yeah,
They said we can't do A level drama. Then I had a backup that I wanted to apply to. and they told me very, very late that they couldn't do A-level drama, and I'd only applied to those two, so I couldn't reach out anywhere and say, "Oh, can you please take me? I want to do this subject," and nowhere I've applied to has let me do this subject.
Yeah.
So I'd been at for a while,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I came to regret it in the end. I but that was personal preference. The school that I'm in, it's a fantastic sixth form. It's great. However, it's just not quite for me. The main thing was I just didn't particularly like the students in my year. I didn't think that
Fair.
they were very good.
Fair enough.
Right.
I
What
didn't.
other pieces of advice would I give?
I
Oh,
literally don't have a
mainly one.
single backup for going to the school sixth form, but I reckon I can
Robert,
get. I reckon I can get the
Talkology.
grades.
Robert, you have Talkology.
That's not a. That's not a sixth form.
Yet.
We don't have the
Yeah.
College of Talkology yet, but coming soon.
When
Yeah.
we start making money, you don't have to go to university or sixth form. You'll be
We'll have
making.
the
You'll be making bank.
we'll have the Talkers School of Talkology.
Yes,
Yeah.
like a gold statue of us two at the front,
Yeah.
going like,
So another huge piece of advice that I'd give to everybody that you're not actually ever told, and then you get to sixth form and everyone go and all your teachers go, "What? You haven't done this." For any essay writing subject, really, you're expected to bring your own paper, and you don't get exercise books.
"Oh, that's
They'll,
that's
they'll
that's some
expect you
that's some
they'll expect
extremely
you to
good
have
advice."
your own paper and a ring binder folder so you can organize everything. And it was embarrassing for everybody on the first day when they came in, and the teachers go, "Where you know you guys are meant to have your own paper." So I'm telling all of our listeners and you too, when you show up on that first day and you've got your paper and your folders and you're ready to go, it's going to be a great first impression. You'll look like a neat, but it'll be a great first impression.
Yeah. Well,
So,
we won't look like geeks because we're the hosts of Talkology. But
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely. And I
yeah,
mean, even to our viewers, anyone that watches Talkology is a Giga Chad immediately. So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I agree.
yeah,
But yeah, that's another piece of advice that not many people seem to know, and it always creeps up on people every single year.
fair.
Tempting not.
Another thing.
Oh,
So when you get to year 13, you're gonna have to write something called a personal statement. I think they're changing it for you guys, so you only have to answer like a few questions, but the questions that they're asking you are literally just what you'd put in a personal statement, but with a little bit less waffling.
Right.
But all things considered, so if you're applying to certain courses or really any course, you're going to have to have done extracurricular stuff to make yourself stand out because they say 80% of your personal statement should be stuff that you've done outside of school.
Right.
And so you need to be in year 12, particularly. The way I'd like to put things into the grand scheme of things for sixth form is year 12 is the year of doing stuff. You can do anything you like in year 12. Because it's all getting stuff to build up your personal statement and your CV. And then year 13 is the year where you are just prepping for your exams the whole year. Hence why you shouldn't be doing stuff like looking around unis. You can, it's good if you want to look at those unis, but year 12 is the year of doing stuff. So in year 12, you're going to want to be reading your books about what you want to do. Podcasts are probably the best. I know it will be sad to see Talkology listeners not listening to the Talkology podcast. However, it's great because they're still appreciated heavily, but you can just listen to them in the background and you can still understand them. You don't need that engagement that you do when you're reading a book. you can just listen, reading articles, doing research. It's just building up this massive quota of things that you've done that will help
Right.
you massive.
Okay.
Um,
I have a question.
yes.
Um, so you said about the personal statement and
Yeah,
doing stuff that's extracurricular. Do you reckon I could mention Talkology in my personal statement?
Yes.
absolutely. You could so easily do it. It's a
Would it
project that you
help?
yourself have worked on. You've so long as what you can do is you can take Talkology and then you can break it down into this skill and this skill and this skill and this skill. And once you show, I've even in my personal time and as a personal project, been using these skills that would be useful for this course. I see no reason why you shouldn't put Talkology in your on your podcast.
Right.
Talkology on your personal statement.
Yeah, Sam, because that would actually be great for you being a lawyer because it shows you've practiced kind of well, public speaking, kind of. I don't.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not
and
really
I
in
Yeah.
the
mean,
crowd, but you know,
in
yeah.
in your lessons on Talkology, it's all about rhetoric and public speaking, as you said.
Absolutely.
So I think yeah, you could absolutely apply. And then you've got all the organizational skills, video editing, taking time when you could be doing other stuff to work on the podcast.
Yeah.
I have a question. What is your
Yes.
opinion on four subjects? Oh, that was those were five. Four subjects.
Hmm. I think if you can handle it, great. However, I mean, it's so tough, especially because as a sitcom that only does three A levels, 3 periods are the best thing in the universe. I do not know how you guys cope with having a completely full timetable. Because I will have an hour to myself to do work every single day, and they are just the best things. And if you take a fourth subject, you are taking away 10 of those.
Yeah.
So you'll have about about 5 every 2 weeks. So taking four, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Not most universities don't even really bother if you take a fourth A level. They only care about the your highest one. They only care about certain grades. So say, for example, if you wanted to take medicine, or yeah, no, we'll use law. So if you wanted to take law and you did English literature, history, um, I don't know, politics, and then um, religious studies, that a university would tell you, I want you to get an A star in English literature, an A in history, an A in politics, and we don't care what you get for religious studies.
Yeah.
I think the amount of time that you're taking away from your life in school and your life outside of school, I think I would recommend doing three. However, what you can do at A level is the EPQ, the Extended Project Qualification, which is basically just a big research project that you do in year 12. And that's great for showing particular interest in one subject that you might not have been able to take at A level. I didn't personally do the EPQ because I already do a lot of external theatre stuff, especially because I couldn't do drama A level. So I I take on lots of stuff outside, so I didn't really feel the need to do the EPQ. However, it is something that I would consider massively useful for A
Okay.
level as opposed to a fourth A level.
Yeah, I
I
asked
have a question.
because I've
Oh,
been kind of considering doing four and considering doing three, but I reckon I'm probably going to do three at this point, and probably an
Yeah.
EPQ, yeah. But just because, like I've I usually try and get as much stuff done as I can, but it's made it get really a bit jam packed, and even though I'm still at GCSEs, but like because I have to because what I would be doing if I did four is I'd have four subjects, maybe an EPQ, have to do
They
extra research on something else, and
simply
because I
speaking,
just do a lot of research in general, and be fundraising for the Borneo trip, which would be a bit mental, and I think I would
sim-
die.
simply speaking, they wouldn't let you do four A levels in an EPQ. It would be
Oh,
too
don't they?
much work.
Oh, right,
They
fair,
straight up
fair.
wouldn't. They tell you don't do it because it would just be so much on you.
Oh, fair.
I'd recommend doing EPQ, especially because it sounds like you've got a lot of stuff on outside.
Yeah.
So
Actually,
I don't think
I kind of assumed that you
three.
had. I assumed that the EPQ was mandatory anyway. So, oh,
No,
it's
no, no,
optional.
no.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah,
Fair.
Sam,
I have a
you
question.
had a question.
Yeah. So EPQ. Um, really small yes or no question, but so could you take a subject like drama and then base your EPQ around drama, or would that be unnecessary? Would that be helpful? What would that be like?
Absolutely. You can literally do your EPQ on anything. You decide the question, you do the research. So I don't know. I could pick any drama question that I liked. So let's say, um, what is the impact on the rising up, yeah, rising establishment of the LGBTQ plus community on theatre? And I do a whole load of research on that. And I could do my APQ on that if I wanted. So it's useful for showing your appreciation for a certain subject outside of your studies. Yeah.
All right. I have
That's perfect.
I have a question on the EPQs
Yep.
actually. Then, um,
Yeah.
how much do the universities know about your EPQ? Do they read the whole EPQ, or do they read what it's about, or do they
No.
just
So
not
at the
read?
end of
Or is it
at the
just a
end of your
grade?
EPQ, so the EPQ, see, it would have been a whole lot more useful if I'd actually done it because I know vaguely about it. So it's broken down into a research log and then a final presentation. I think the research log's worth something like 80%. So it's got to be a gradual process. You can't last minute it. And
Oh no.
then you conduct a presentation. And then at the end of that all, you get a grade. And so your universities will see what was your title for your EPQ and what was the grade that you got. That's what they'll see.
Right. Okay. All right.
Well, that's perfect. Do you have anything else to say, or is that all good?
Um,
That was interesting.
yeah, I don't think so. If you guys don't have any more questions, no.
Well, no, absolutely. So thanks for your wisdom, Oliver, and your knowledge. It's been great having you on the podcast. If anyone
Very
has
good.
any, feel free to put them in the comments, and we'll try to get an answer to you as soon as we can. Um, yeah, I thanks. It's been a fun episode.
Yeah, it has.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.